Welcome back. Let's see here. So, what you see is a nice painting I've been working on. Almost finished with it, so maybe we can finish it up here pretty quick. Got a bunch of colors out. It's kind of messy palette, but I'm just going to be using a few of those. I need to clean this thing. After this painting, I believe I'll have to get it down and scrape all the paint off and get me a new one out. I've got couple of these blocks. As you can see, this one's clean. I just scrape them off and go with another painting. So what I want to do is just kind of finish up this. This part right here bugs me about this painting. It's got texture. It's painted over top of another painting, so but this little bit of texture right there kind of aggravates me. So I believe I will take that out as much as I can by using my little palette knife here. And by the way, I hope that you're doing good and I hope you enjoyed the video I streamed the other night. I still have more footage on that to put up there. Let me wipe off. Looks like I might have some different color paint on this knife. I need to do some cleaning. It's been a few weeks since I've painted. Shame on me. We won't tell anybody, so between me and you, but sometimes you have to take a break. It's kind of like starting over. I feel like I'm a new painter, like I'm not painting before. Now, this is going to take off some of this color, so if you do this, you want to be kind of careful not to put holes through the canvas. But this is a Belgian, not a Belgian, but it is a linen canvas, and this, I'm just taking off some of this underpainting too. I'm just picking it off. And I know this color is just a light blue or sky blue or maybe a king's blue. We can match it up pretty quick, easily, so I wouldn't do this if it's going to be very difficult. I'd go a different route about it. It's going to take a whole lot. But you see it kind of took off a lot down through there. But we're going to get as much of this layer off right here as we can. It's just that one had a sharp ridge of paint sticking up right there underneath, and if it was some of these others, you can see a lot of bumps and stuff, but that one thing was just too thick. If it comes back this time after I do this, I may just put another tree limb or something right here, work on it. All right, let me grab some of that right quick over here on this other table. I'll be right back. Alright, that color may be at another location. I might have it here with me. So they might have to wait on that color. I don't see it. So I may have to just work on some trees up in here. Alright. Okay, no big deal. We're patient people. We can work it out. All right, so let's just go ahead and work on some of these little limbs up here. I'm gonna grab a little brush. I got some brushes down here, all kinds. Let me grab one, see what we want to work on. I was thinking about that the other day. I thought I need to put some in there. This is kind of an old, cheap stippling stiff look. I mean, it's pretty stiff. And this is all dry, by the way. It's had plenty of time to dry. I'm going to use that brush, and I think I might just use this nice little brush here. I picked these up. I really like them. Kind of got a nice end on the handle where you can kind of scratch through if you want to. Real nice. Okay. So what I'm going to mix up, let's see here. Since that's kind of a shadowy area, I'm going to grab some of this like a turquoise greenish blue, cool color. A little bit of Payne's gray. We need to add some shadows down in here too. We'll do that. All right, now I've got this glazing medium, blending glazing medium. A friend of mine gave me this to try, and it slows down the drying time, so this might help putting some of that in the paint. And we're gonna try it out. I usually use linseed oil, but that's at a different place too. So, boy, this really cuts it thin. I don't have any palette shots today, so bear with me. Alright, let me get some more of that Payne's gray. Just tone that down just a little bit. And something like that. We start back off like we haven't even stopped painting. Let me grab some bright green, put in that, just to change the hue of it. Now watch this. See that, how it changes that hue? So we'll put some of this right over in here in this area. Now, this paint is super thin, so I don't want to put too hard of brush strokes, or I'll end up losing my nice little patterns that I'm creating. Hope you've been enjoying some of the pictures we've been producing here. It's a beautiful day. I feel like every day is beautiful, even though if it's rainy or snowy or whatever, I still just thankful to be here. All right, kind of see some areas like you see right in here. We'll put some of this darker green, like this is a shadow green. It's a brighter green, but it's darker than some of these where the light's at there. Maybe this is the underside of those limbs. Make some suggestions. Painting to me is a giant suggestive color a lot of times. Kind of lean back and look at it. Yeah, I like it. Add a little more of the Payne's gray into that and darken it down a little bit more. Give it a little more of a shadow color. See there? Don't want to overdo those, so let's just kind of keep those at a minimum. Just like that. Kind of hard to see sometimes. That on my end over here, this light's glaring from the angle I'm sitting at. Sometimes I have to just feel my way through. I'm just bouncing around, putting in some shadows and different things going on with that branch right there. Sometimes a good thing to remember, if you put real thin paint on, when you get finished painting, just lay your painting down so that nothing runs off the painting. And I'm just bouncing around like there's just some little leaves coming through right there. See that? I always think, well, I'm gonna get finished with something, and then doesn't happen. I get, oh, I can do this, I can do that, and next thing you know, I've got a lot of stuff going on that I was not going to put into the painting. Try to keep it simple, and sometimes it's hard. Yeah, I like that. A real good dark green. Put some of that over here. Just for balance. Some out in here. Just a few. Look, I'm gonna take some of that dark, and it's real thin, so it's gonna be like a glaze also. See how I'm using it on this faraway tree? Right around the center, and some, it just is too washed out for me. I wanna bring it just a little bit closer, give it a little rich color. So I'm gonna take that same color and just kinda, look, see there? You can do it over in here. Just put a little dark. Now, when we put the glaze, when we put the varnish on it, it'll bring a lot of the color back out too. So, don't have to be too crazy with it. Okay, I'm gonna work on them limbs probably another time right there. I like that, but I think it may need something. Then again, it may not. It's kind of hard to see at this angle. I will have to come back and fix that, I know. Okay, let me get some of this turquoise color. Just put a few little shadowy colors right in here. That pretty. Add lots and lots of pretty things in here. Kind of, let's blend that, and it look like there's little tiny microscopic little flowers and mossy thing growing right in there. Just a little bit too much. Take the finger, rub that down just a little bit. We'll take some of this here in a minute and just kind of go over this area here. But I do think that we need some, maybe, see this is all orange up. Let's add a little cool to this, just a pop of this greenish color. Like he's hiding back there underneath that. Okay. Let's go ahead and get some, I don't know if we'll be able to use this medium, right? It's got a stout smell to it. I've got some of this black, see it? Or Payne's Gray. Look at that. Well, that's a lot, ain't it? I'm gonna show you what. Look, see how I just barely touched it, but look. See how I add a shadow to all that? And that's what it would look like if you put a varnish on that. Almost. Now it might take a little while to dry. I might have to wait a while before I can put this one on the market. So I get a little bit more of this black, a bit more of this glazing medium. Man, that's some strong stuff. Woo! Look at it. You can learn how to use this pretty good. I like using Payne's gray on some of these areas, like instead of blue or something, because it just neutralizes things down pretty good. It does have a bluish cast to it, so you can use umbers and things like that, or just experiment. See what you find that you like. That's how I figured out, well, I like that color and this color. So there's just tons of stuff. This one just happened to be on hand, and a lot of people think, well, he's an artist, he's got this special recipe of things like this, but not so. Sometimes we just use what we have. That's the big secret of some artists. See that? That just brings all that to life right there. A little bit more Payne's gray. Very little paint and more medium a lot of times. What you're gonna find out. See that? All that dark right in there? All you have to do is add some medium and you can thin it down. Oop, about to run off the canvas. I'll take a paper towel to that little booger. See, I want to darken this area up in between that little thing of grass. But now remember, it's fresh paint, so I have to watch about that right there. So